Hello and good morning, Divas. This is Diva Ross coming to you from Mindset Over Everything. Hello and welcome to day one. And today we'll be focusing on the mindset. Now, without no further ado, I know we're all busy, so I'm going to get straight into it. So, you want to know about your mindset and what exactly it is. So, we're going to break it down in short and sweet, simple terms. Your mindset is your attitudes, thoughts, and beliefs about something. And this attitude is usually developed from birth through adulthood. It's been influenced by those closest to you, like your parents, your brothers, your siblings, your aunties, your uncles. And your mindset kind of basically determines how you interact, respond, and deal with something in your life. So, still confused? Don't be. I'm going to break it down a little further. First of all, please look at this diagram. You have two minds here. One is a fixed mindset, one is the growth mindset. And most people, you only have one or the other or a combination of both. Now, as you can see, with the fixed mindset, there's a lock. And with the growth mindset, there's a lot of activity. That kind of breaks it down, and I'm going to go into depth about that, but it kind of explains it right there. Fixed mindsets, they're kind of in the box, in their comfort zone, don't like to kind of accept challenges, don't like to step outside the box. Where with growth mindsets, they welcome challenges. They're kind of those happy-go-lucky people that we all know, who, the world is a great place. They're always smiling. They're always chipper. They're always happy. Usually you find people with growth mindsets are that type. But let me break it down for you a little bit more. So the fixed mindset. People with fixed mindsets, like I said, they kind of see in black and white. They believe you are or you are not good at something based on who you are, and that is that. Like, for instance, they don't believe there's any room for improvement. They'll believe that people who are good singers were naturally born that way, or that, I'll never be a good dancer because I wasn't born that way and there's nothing I can do about it. In a fixed mindset, you kind of tend to want to hide your flaws and not be judged or labeled as a failure. So you stick to what you know to keep your confidence up. So you don't go outside the box. You prefer to do what you know you're good at, so that can keep giving you the kudos, make you feel like you are great, you're not failing. You kind of don't like to let anybody see you experience any kind of hardship or any problems. So that's usually a fixed mindset. In a growth mindset, these people, they kind of believe that you can be good at anything because of your abilities, as long as you're kind of practicing. They believe, practice becomes perfect, and that no matter what it is you can't do, if you put time and energy and focus into it, you can produce the results that you want. They kind of look at their flaws as simply a to-do list of things to improve. They're not ashamed about them. They kind of step boldly into the unfamiliar and commit to mastering valuable skills regardless of their mood. If they're tired, they know their passion, they know their purpose, they know that trials will come, but they refuse to give up. So they kind of see failures as challenges. Now, this is definitely your growth mindset. So you wonder, how does this impact us in our lives depending on what mindset you have? Here's a quick diagram and you will see people with a growth mindset, and I won't go through all of them because this is a quick course, but you'll see, for instance, attitudes to setbacks. With a growth mindset, that person might say, I failed, I'll learn from it to move on, or I'll just try harder next time. Okay, so they're still looking at it like, okay, they've learned a lesson, they're willing to try and improve, they're willing to try and get back out there and get it done. With a fixed mindset, their attitude to setbacks is usually, I'm a failure, I knew I'd fail, I'm an idiot. So as you can see, it's more of a negative kind of impression that they're giving themselves. It's very doubtful. There's no hope. It's kind of cut and dry. This is it. The door is closed. There's nothing else I can do. So as you can see, the fixed mindset, you kind of are an enemy to your own self, because you tell yourself, I can't do this, it can't be done. You put those negative impressions in your brain. So therefore you don't try and push harder. You don't try and break through those barriers. So I really would like everybody, and I know we all have a combination of both. We kind of have a growth mindset in things that we like, and we kind of tend to take a fixed mindset with things that we don't like. My thing is to try and look at those fixed mindset patterns and try and see where maybe you can become a bit more open, and you'll probably find that you're able to change a few things in life and that you start taking yourself to that next level. So like we were discussing, it's kind of which mindset are you? Be honest with yourself. Think about things. Think about the way you make decisions. Think about when something happens to you, what is the first thing that pops into your mind? You know, is it a negative? Is it a positive? You know, are you a go-getter? Are you somebody who tends to sit in the back? Just kind of think about your own self and how maybe you can kind of tweak a few things, because I'm sure you can all agree that in order to live the best life, pursue your purpose, and achieve your goals and dreams, the best mindset to have is a growth mindset. And here's a few tips that I've also put together, you know, just to help you to understand what you can try to do to kind of train yourself to think better and to kind of have a more open attitude towards things. For instance, there's things you shouldn't say to yourself, like, I'm never going to get this. It's final. It's saying that, you know, I can never try. I'll never make it through. What you should say is, what shall I try instead? You know, how can I make this better? How can I do this? What resources can I try to get to help me do this? Okay, so as you can see with the do say item, you kind of are giving yourself an option. You're kind of giving yourself the chance to take yourself to the next level. You know, never become too cocky and complacent. Don't say, I'm awesome at this. You know, I believe no matter how good you are, there's always more learning to be done. So more so, even if you're doing great at something, you feel confident at something, just say to yourself, you know, I seem to be on the right track, or this seems to be going very well, or, you know, I'm glad to see that I'm moving along as planned. But when you say it this way, you kind of don't become complacent and give yourself the opportunity to still grow, because everything is all about growth. The underlying factor in moving forward is growth. Okay, so I'll take another one from this list. Just one of these things, you know, we'll say to ourselves, oh, this is just too hard. I can't do this. Well, no, just say to yourself, you know, this is harder than I expected. I'm probably going to have to put a bit more effort into it. And it's probably going to take a little bit more time, but it is still something that I can do. So as you can see, it's just kind of reinforcing positive stuff within yourself daily. I mean, it really has to be a daily effort. And at first it's going to seem difficult because you're not used to thinking in that manner. But all you need to do is, when you find a negative thought cropping into your mind, stop it and kind of ask yourself, how can I turn this into a positive? Okay? Because the beautiful thing is, even if you have a fixed mindset, it really isn't all that fixed. You have the power in you to change at any time. You really do. You can decide at this very moment, I'm going to stop thinking about this certain subject or this certain thing in my life in that way, and find a more positive outlook. And just think about how that makes you feel at that moment when you find a better outlook. Because my motto is, feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay? So we are coming to the end. Like I said, it was a quick class, but I do have an assignment for you. I want you to list 3 things that you can honestly say you approach with a negative fixed mindset about yourself. It can be absolutely anything, but something you know you've been speaking negatively internally to yourself about. And after you have written them down, I want you to write beside them the negative words that you have told yourself about those things, as to why you cannot achieve them, or why you cannot do it, or why you'll never be able to make it through it. For example, you know, you'll say, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. Anything that you tell yourself, I want you to put it on that paper beside those 3 things. Now, once that's done, look at that list again using a growth mindset. And remember, the growth mindset is positivity. It's understanding that, you know, there are other ways, and I'm going to try and find other ways. Look at it again with a growth mindset and list 3 reasons why you can do those things, and 3 reasons how you can do those things. Okay? So you're going to kind of turn it around. You're going to have the negatives and you're going to turn around and find the positives to those. Then what I want you to do, and this is the biggest thing of all, is that list now becomes your mindset to-do list. So the 3 reasons why you can do those things and the 3 ways on how you can do those things, I want you to now take that and most importantly, take action on it and make those things a reality. Now, I know Rome wasn't built in a day, so you may not be able to do it all at once, but at least pick one and kind of go through and make it happen, and kind of go through the steps and tell me how you feel at the end of that, when you kind of realize that you were able to accomplish this, something that you told yourself you would never be able to do. Okay, so tomorrow, please check your emails again. We'll be delving into day 2, stopping the self-sabotage. I'll be breaking down the negative impact and limiting the negative impact that limiting beliefs and fear can have in your life. You really don't want to miss this one. This is very important, and I think it's going to be very beneficial to you. You can also visit my website to check out more about me. It's www.mindsetovereverything.com. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today. I hope you gained some insightful knowledge, and I can't wait to do this all again with you again tomorrow. So once again, thank you. Have a blessed day. Remember, positivity is in with you. I'm counting on you. Work on your assignment, and we'll speak again soon. Bye-bye.